I just walked out of a meeting a few minutes ago, Becky, with a government official here who gave us some insight into how this missile was developed. You may recall back in August, North Korea launched a ballistic missile from a submarine. It was a major development because it allowed the North to basically pull a submarine up to an enemy's shores, launch the missile, and they could strike targets in cities theoretically around the world. Well, what this official tells me is that after that successful submarine missile launch, and there were a number of failures that led up to that, the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, ordered his technicians to essentially work around the clock for the last 6 months to develop this new variation of that submarine-launched ballistic missile that could be launched from a mobile missile launcher. And in fact, as we arrived in our hotel this evening on the propaganda broadcast, the nightly news here in Pyongyang, they were showing the first pictures to the world approved by the Politburo of this missile launcher, and you saw the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, standing right next to it, giving the order, and then they showed the launch into the sky. It's significant, of course, because this is a solid fuel missile, so it's able to be basically set up and launched very quickly without the ability to be traced by satellites. It's something that North Korea has been working on for quite some time. They say that their ultimate goal is to be able to put a nuclear warhead at the top of this missile and aim it towards targets like U.S. military installations in South Korea, the city of Seoul, home to several million people, Tokyo, home to 20 million plus, U.S. military assets throughout Asia-Pacific, and of course the eventual goal of the North Korean leader is to put a nuclear warhead atop of an intercontinental ballistic missile, which they say that they have ready to launch at any moment, and aim it towards multiple targets, cities inside the United States. What strikes me, though, Becky, is that the North is investing considerable money and resources in developing these weapons, and yet after we checked into our hotel this evening, there were 3 or 4 times where the lights went off and the hotel went completely dark. This is a country that struggles to generate enough electricity for people who live here. People are food insecure, especially people outside of the capital city of Pyongyang, and yet despite sanctions and international condemnation, their government has invested so heavily in developing these weapons, and nothing that the world has done for the last 11 plus years, because this country has been heavily sanctioned since 2006, the first nuclear test. There have now been 5 nuclear tests, 3 ordered by Kim Jong-un. Nothing has stopped the development of this weapons program. In fact, it's only accelerating, Becky.